Whether you've reached the end of the school year or you're bam slam somewhere in the middle and ready to try out some new resources, go to Astrid's revised science resources. In the description below, you can find the link. Maybe you're ready for that chemical bonding storyline. Let's go check it out. A quick click on the bookmark link, whoop, gets you right to all the resources available. Click on the image, it takes you to a Google slide with all the dozen or so lessons and associated keys with this storyline. Why do some things get colder or hotter when they react? The two prime videos are embedded in this slide, but another way to find the playlist is by clicking on the YouTube playlist. And here are all the videos associated with that very storyline. Are you ready to implement it? Let's check what other resources are available. Click on the home button right here. Boom, takes you right back to the beginning. When you're done teaching all about bonding and you're ready to focus on intermolecular forces, the Volatility Lab is the next one for you. Similar situation. There's a YouTube video that takes you through this very lab. The link takes you to the Google Drive folder with all the lesson plans and teacher keys. Key concepts related to intermolecular or van der Waals forces are right here. Many labs include a claim, evidence, reasoning section that really drives the message home for the students. Let's get back home. As you can see, there are many resources including moles and stoichiometry labs. These encompass 3 different labs. Types of chemical reactions, where I've actually recorded with my students various chemical reactions in my classroom. The gas behavior lab takes you to the PhET simulation site. My resources help you with gathering that data and analyzing it using Google Sheets. Is it hot where you are? You ready to get some water? Maybe the Hydrate Lab is the next lab for you to think about. Is there any water on the moon? Again, the video takes you right through it. Watch for that student blooper. Don't want to miss it. Want to explore with your students acids and bases? Check out my acid and base exploration lab. Start off slow with some tools in a bin, including pH and litmus paper, a conductivity meter, and then dive further into actual pH changes during a neutralization reaction before delving into microtitrations. Thinking about a quick activity that really evaluates whether your students are understanding dilutions, this might be your resource. Let's get back home and see what else is there. You've reached the end of your year, or maybe even at a midpoint. This might be a resource for you. Final Chem lab stations. I've selected here my 10 must-do labs. You may want to switch a lab or two out to include an activity that you wish your students to remember. The Final Chem Lab Stations resources has a similar format with a home button and bookmark links that take you to the individual stations. For example, here's the electrolytic cell. If you just want to shop around and just implement a couple of these, including some lessons on phenomenon-based teaching, this may be the lesson for you. We were dealing with the smoke coming from Canadian wildfires, and it was a moment for me to stop what I was doing and teach my students instead about the air quality index and what the values actually mean. Another phenomenon that I wished to explore with my students centered around the decomposition of copper carbonate and the gas that you cannot see. What's the nature of that gas? This particular video explores the various concepts that you can actually extract from a single phenomenon. Powerful. This is a live document, so there are projects in the works that at the moment of this recording I have not completed yet. So stay tuned for what may be coming soon. Electrochemical cell lab, heat labs. Did you know that there's an NGSS standard that has been included in the chemistry curriculum that centers around photosynthesis? Stay tuned for a video coming up. In the meantime, check out the ATP Misconception video. The slides that I created for this ATP animation can be yours as well, and it allows you to show your students the composition of this molecule and why it is such an important chemical when it comes to breaking and forming new bonds. What are the misconceptions related to the ATP hydrolysis, going from ATP to ADP, adenosine diphosphate? Let's get back home. Again, here are Astrid's science resources for you to keep in the description below. Every resource has an associated YouTube video that really explains how to utilize it, and lesson slides and keys to them are available as well. Thank you very much for watching. Bedankt voor het kijken en tot ziens. See you in the next video.